Hi Patron, it's Nick. We're down here today at our Camp Hill site. We've got Louis filling the back of the ute with some soil. We're going to take this down to the valley today. You'll see it later on in the video. We're going to actually get one of the beds ready for planting with tomatoes and eggplant down there. So I'll show you that a little bit later in the video. Come down this way. We have some great volunteers today. We're harvesting. Today we're also going to reseed these beds. So we've let the seedlings rot, building up the organic matter in there. Today we're going to put some more kale and some more greens in there, and maybe some beetroot as well. Down here we've just finished cleaning our bins that we use for the caterers, so we collect their green scraps and that goes towards our compost area. Alright, so we've done some fertilizing today with some sea salt. So you'll see the red watering can. We put some sea salt and some water in, and you obviously can't smell it, but it smells like seaweed down here. So we actually go through each of these and give them a good little fertilizing once a week, just to give them that vibrance for the seedlings and the lettuces. Here you'll see all of our beds that the guys are harvesting. So we harvested a whole heap of the coriander today, which is really delicious. It's actually come up quite nicely. Tastes like coriander and sea salt. Anyway, you'll see here these beautiful lettuces that Dean and the team planted a couple of weeks ago. We'll be harvesting these today as well. You'll see over there where the guys are, we've already got about 5 boxes, probably 6 boxes now of produce that we've grown just from these beds. Those beds over there, you'll see that was the last of the lettuce, the perennial lettuce. We're just going to let that go to seed, so then we don't have to buy seeds. It's a big important component to make sure that we're reusing a lot of our product. And also those beds down the end there, you'll see the beans coming up, but we're not actually deliberately growing anything in there, so they're the old seeds that are just shooting. We're letting those beds rest because they actually had beans in them, and what we're going to do for spring is they'll be full of different produce as well. That last column, column D, which is 9 rows down there, we'll go for a walk down there in a second so you can see. We're letting that rest as well for the next couple of weeks, and then you'll see in springtime we'll come back and the whole place will just be full of greens and produce as well. Come down here. So I got Cherie and Dan today. They're harvesting the lettuce. So we're harvesting from the outside in. So this will actually then grow again in a week. Next week it'll be full and vibrant again. So we get the consistency of regular harvest, and we're not getting rid of the entire plant. So we can keep on harvesting for about 3 or 4 times. That's mixed in with the greens that we have here. So instead of just leaving this space empty, Dean's actually put in the lettuces as well, which is really great. You'll see here how that works with the intermingling here. So you'll see the big, actually I'll pull this up. You see how big these are, quite nice, and the beans are coming through there. These are actually the peas, and there's some, it looks like bok choy or choy sum on the other side, which is really great. So we've got a nice little variety and complementary plants there. So Cherie and Dan will harvest those shortly. And we've got different variety of lettuces growing. So we harvested this last week. Renata was here, and we brought out 3 boxes to Caboolture Community Action. And today we've got a whole heap more. So this is actually grown in the last 7 days. And we had a lot of rain, which is really great. When we use the tap water, it doesn't work that well. And over here we're doing another harvest of these ones as well. So that's what we're doing down here today. Let's have a quick look at these boring beds down here. So these beds are just resting, so they'll be probably mid-August, I think another month before we actually start planting anything for spring. We're just giving them a good rest. We've fertilized them, we've mulched them, we'll give them another mulching shortly. We're going to test the seedling trays that are coming up here. And if we actually get time today, what we're going to do is we're going to put some more seedling trays together. I've got a whole heap of seeds, and we're going to take them up to my place where I live. We've got a big backyard, so we're going to set up these as nurseries. There's not much space down here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring the seedlings down so the volunteers can just plant seedlings straight into the beds. It makes it a lot easier, and we get a better germination rate than sometimes using the seeding machines or hand seeding as well. So yeah, that's what we're doing down at Camp Hill. Stay tuned, we're going to be over at Woolloongabba in about